be afraid to cut people off that don't mean you no good. I don't care who they are, family members, friends. Most people want you to be successful until you're successful. That's when they hate you. Like, that's when the jealousy kick in, the self-hate kick in, because nobody wants you to get there before them.
What's good, man? I'm excited to be doing this episode with y'all, man. It's the summer Motivacation. This show is before I go on vacation, man. Before I take some time off. This the finale, the season finale. Before we come back the first weekend of September and get to work. I hope y'all been enjoying the shows, the previous shows, the Jackson Boys, the Two Brothers podcast. Reezy does it, man, with his shows, man. My individual show that you're tuned into right now. If you haven't purchased none of the merch, man, we got some stuff that's flyer than a Frisbee over there on the site. Real talk, man. But me and wifey going to an island. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to take some time off to get rejuvenated, get back hydrated. Y'all see I'm looking rusty. I ain't had my hair cut, man, but I come to chop it up with y'all, man, in an objective way, to provoke thought, to hopefully spark something in you that helps you level up. But let me shut up for a minute, man. Let's intro the show, man. Let's get to it. It's the Trevor Jackson podcast. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson podcast.
So I want to talk about the state of the country, the state of the culture, the state of African Americans in this country. And I want to say, like, we got to shift our energy from being victims, from blaming others, from always having an excuse instead of looking at ourselves in the mirror first. We got to look ourselves in the mirror first, dog, and say, have I been condoning this stuff? Have I been contributing to this stuff? Have I been applauding ignorance? So what I want to talk about on this episode is that we blame the media. It's the media fault. They the ones that's promoting this stuff. They the ones talking about it. We blame the other participants that participate in the things that we are entertained by. We blame them also. We blame the record labels for everything. We say it's the label fault. They want this, they want that. But we got to hold ourselves accountable. At least one time, we got to hold ourselves accountable. It's your fault. First of all, it's two sides to everything, though. It's just my opinion. Everything that I'm going to talk about today on Summer Motivacation, it has two sides to it. And I'm the type of individual, man, if you know by now, if you watch this show multiple times, I'm the type of individual that doesn't have to be right. You can correct me. You can correct me in the comment section. You can call me and correct me. I like to learn. I'm not the type of person that always got to be right. So the media, if you didn't give them nothing to talk about, they wouldn't have nothing to say. But you want that attention, so you give them something to talk about. We blame the other participants that's in our culture, in hip hop or in sports. We always want to blame somebody else that's participating in what we doing. So for instance, let's say hip hop. I don't like them niggas over there. They doing this. You ain't got to pay attention to what they doing if you was focusing on yourself. Real spill. Just my opinion. You blame the labels. Oh, Glorilla and them, they out there doing what they doing because the labels making them do it. Who else? Let me think of somebody else. Oh, the labels put them on that pedestal. They this and that. The labels got Lil Uzi Vert wearing dresses. The labels told such and such to do. So they didn't. We got to hold ourselves accountable. You don't have to watch it. And they chose to do that. They chose to do that. So why do you even give a shit? But I want to start the podcast off with a media personality that I've watched on Everyday Struggle. He was once management team at Rockefeller, managing artists like the Dipset and all of that. And he was street team with the Dipset. Let me be correct. He wasn't the manager. But he said something about the media that was interesting to me, though.
I don't particularly like where media is at today. The thing about media is it is important. I want to read a good story about an artist or hear a good story about an artist that is going to make me like them more. I remember like as a kid, I read about Dog Pound, 3 6 Mafia. I could go on for days. Media is how I got in tune with them. Watching Rap City and seeing Joe Claire do interviews, seeing Big Les, all of these people who conducted real interviews and talked to the artists about what they had going on, why they made this album, why they made these songs, as opposed to, yo, so what's up with you and your girl? Like, what's up with you and your wife? Like, today's media that don't come from the environments that they speak on a daily. So it's like a safari. It's a very, very minute, very, very small group of people who hold an integrity space where they actually want to talk about music or actually want to talk about like what's going on. And
you know, we're living in an era where it's about clout chasing clout. Trying to garnish attention because ain't nobody paying attention. And attention is the new currency. Everybody's on YouTube talking nowadays, even me. But man, I'm trying to remain authentic with what I got going on, man. Can't nobody pay me to get me out of character. Real talk. And it's two sides. I said I was going to be talking about two sides. It's two sides to what he got going on and what he's saying. And to me, artists is setting themselves up before they go to these platforms. The way they setting themselves up, if you look at Kodak Black recently, passing out, getting hauled off into ambulances, into hospitals and all of that type of shit. He go on an interview, they gonna ask him what's going on. It's only right to ask these niggas the dumb shit that they involved in. They promote the gang activities. They promote the murder. It's only right to ask them. So you trying to have somebody suppress the conversation and not ask what the people want to be asked so they can hear the stories and stuff so you can have some integrity. I think it's integrity to ask. My opinion. It's just me though. But nowadays it's more than just, he was talking about the past with Rap City and these people from the old BET days. Man, don't nobody care about your music no more. They want to know about your lifestyle and what you got going on that's interesting. They can get your music at the press of a button on a phone. It's different than when we had to go to the store when we actually wanted it. We had to put the gas in our car, get up, physically go to the store, stand in the line, pay cash for it, put it in the CD player before we could hear a song. Now we can just pick up our phone and get straight to it. It's different times, man, and it calls for different media. And what he was talking about, integrity in media, it's just interesting because you got to hold yourself accountable. Quit being a victim and quit allowing people to trick you out your position with words. Real talk. So, switching the topic, I'm going to go into something that La Russell said, a new artist that I have been becoming fond of lately. He got some dope music. And he was talking about things that's hot and how things are getting hot and radio and the things that's streaming the most numbers and on these playlists and making the most money. And his tweet, I'm going to read the tweet to y'all. Then I'm gonna get into the conversation. If you're listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, come over to the YouTube channel, Trevor Jackson T.V. and check out the visuals, man. And if you like what we got going on over here, man, you see the Cash App at the bottom, Wavy Neutron. You can donate to the show, man, if you want to continue to see us elevate, or you can hit that super chat button and you can donate that way also, man. Appreciate y'all though. But let me read the tweet. The state of mainstream music is concerning. The shit that's getting pushed is concerning. If you get time, just dive into what's hot and being pushed right now. Like, really sit and listen to it. Go sit and watch the XXL freestyles. It's concerning. I'm really, 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 really lost. You shouldn't be though, big dog. You shouldn't be lost. The reason I say you shouldn't be lost is because, like, the things that's been promoted has been promoted since the beginning of time. What needs to be done, my opinion, is we take accountability and we stop being victims. Turn the radio off. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to a playlist. We know what's going on. Dumb shit. Like, as of recently, I've been listening to a lot of soul music. Y'all can hear it in the background. It makes me feel good. When I listen to hip hop or current hip hop that's on the radio or on a playlist on Apple Music or something, I get angry, or I start driving fast, or I start having anxiety, be anxious and nervous and all of this. It's an energy being transformed. It's an energy being pushed, and it's a part of a programming. You know, they say they got program directors at radio stations, program directors at Apple Music that's curating the playlist. So if you want to be a part of the program and you want to be programmed, then you need to continue to listen to the dumb shit. Or you can just actually change what you say, and you can change what you tune into, and you can take accountability for what's going in your ear or what's going inside of you. If not, then you can't complain about it. Even though La Russell makes good music, he makes straight music to me. It's just that, what you gonna do about it? First of all, I feel like the best way I can help my people and help contribute to what we got going on is change my actions first. Change my mind. Change the way I think. Change what I consume. Change what I consume. Because if I don't change what I consume, how can I expect somebody else to do it? So we can match up and vibrate on the same energies, levels. So this conversation been going on in the culture a little bit lately. Meek even talked about it. Meek was at some sit down. He's been at a lot of sit downs lately in places that's not normal for Meek Mills, or it has been normal since he got out of prison, but for the content that he has created, street music. Let me talk about street music before I play the clip though, because a lot of people, they be like, why is that all these people rap about? Why is all they rap about is the streets and the drugs and the material items and this and that? It's because, like, I come from rapping like that. If you listen to my first album that I released, Game Tight, in 2003, in comparison to the music that I make now, you'd be like, wow, it's a totally different person. But this person has seen different parts of the world, has traveled the world. And if you want me to be that person that I was, then we don't need to really communicate no more, dog. Because at the end of the day, I'm a totally different person, man. And I'm going to continue to evolve as a human being. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like Meek, we got to give people a chance to evolve. Like, I don't even want to be hard on female rappers no more because of what they do or what they say, because those folks are young. We got to give them a chance to evolve. They gave hip hop male rappers a chance to evolve when we was on the dumb shit. So we got to give them a chance to evolve from the twerking and the pussy popping and the booty hole brown music and all of that. We just got to give them a chance, man. And at the beginning, what I was trying to say is that Meek rapping about streets and stuff like that, and me rapping about streets at the beginning of my career, I understand it because that's all we knew, because that was what consisted in our environment. So we was just speaking the pain that we was consumed by.
Me and people like Rob and myself, he opened doors for me to be on stages like this, because before I wasn't on stages like this. I was on rap stages rapping about, violence and guns. That we get paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff, so I make sure I even a line and come on talking on stages like this. But you guys, the NAACP, open up doors for people like me to be able to power forward, because the things that fund us, that don't power me forward. I just make sure, because I know better and I'm at an age point, I'm 36, they power us really went from when we 21 to 25, where we really don't know. I'm one of the lucky ones that made it through, where I was able to get my knowledge and sense, and I'm the one that keep the line on the rap ignorance and be able to level out conversations like these and deliver it to the young people who may not attend things like this.
They take advantage of us when we're 20 to 25. I'm one of the lucky ones that made it out. I'm just thinking of what caught my attention right now. Who are they, though? And it's two sides to the coin. Again, it must be two sides. Rest in peace, Shorty Low. It's just that I feel like it's a good thing he's speaking at those conferences, but what is he speaking about that's gonna help somebody? Like, the message has to be altered. I know Meek is great at making pain music and pain and the things that he went through, though, but you don't have to live like that no more, man. You had great opportunities. But what really caught my attention was that they pay more for you creating ignorant music, to devalue, to degrade yourself. You get paid more. It's like movies. You degrade yourself, you dress up as a woman. Anything devaluing the black man is celebrated by the people that we perceive to be the powers that be. They'll give you more crumbs to snatch. More. Because you degraded yourself. Ooh. That's crazy to me, though. But shout out to Meek for saying that, though, man. Because that's dangerous. To be honest, when you're in the position he's in, that's actually dangerous, man. But staying in the conversation with Meek this week, I seen something that made me proud, man, because I don't like beef in hip hop. I like when they squashed. This is a conversation that I gotta have for the young folks. You can beef, but at one point in time, the beef has to be squashed.
As a human being, with your emotions and your dreams, and this show to me might be the most important show on this tour, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I'm a real nigga, I don't stand up here and lie to nobody. You see who I walked out here with, right? I'm always keep it 100 with you. The last time I was in this building, that man right here, who's been representing this city since he started in this shit. That man, me and him weren't getting along at the time, and he is a real nigga, so he definitely got us up out of Philly real quick. We did not get to stick around and chill. And like I said, I'm a real nigga, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And it means the most to me that I could come back to this city and show the growth as two men that we can come here tonight and we can represent for motherfucking Philadelphia together. That's what this shit is about. So I appreciate you walking me the stage tonight. Philly, I appreciate you embracing me with open arms one more time. Let me take my jacket off early tonight. We gotta get into some shit. Look.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Like, for instance, Jay-Z and Nas rekindled their beef. Gucci and Jeezy, that beef is toned all the way down. Help me out, y'all. Some more that rekindled their beefs. It's a lot of people. Fat Joe and Jay-Z, Fat Joe and 50 Cent rekindled some beefs. Who's some more? I can't think right now, because my mind is elsewhere. It's not on who rekindled the beef. It's on who still has beef and why they need to fix it, man. Is it worth it? Just my opinion. Some people think that beef, that kombucha got me burping. Some people think that beef, that kombucha, boy, that fermented tea. Some people think that beef is profitable. In all reality, it's not. Being unified is more profitable. Drake and Chris Brown rekindled the beef. Being unified is more profitable because I don't have to have security. I don't have to look over my shoulders. I can get some money with you now. We can get some money together. We can help others elevate. Beef is just not profitable, and it's life-threatening. Look at Young Dolph. He lost his life, man. A severely talented individual. I didn't know about Nipsey being in no beefs and nothing, not rap beefs, but he lost his life. It's just a plethora of people who lost their life behind petty nonsense. And I'm just saying, squash all the beefs, man. Squash all the beefs. It ain't worth it, dog. Not in this culture anyway. But I'm going to play one of my songs of the week, man. And we're going to switch the topic up and we're going to come right back to the show. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Lady, reaching the highest state. Who's playing on the station? While you shine down on everything, illuminating me. I have no choice but to be happy. You give life to everything. Got the green and grass and trees, the melanin within my skin, and the heat I've been missing on those long winter days. I dream you are here to stay. Sunshine so divine. Wrap me in your eternal light. So beautifully forever you shine. Wrap me in your eternal light. We honor you beautifully forever you shine. I was born in your presence, month of July, destined to bask in your light. Into me, you're the essence of all that's good in life. Wonder you signify. You feel so familiar, you feel like home. 'Cause my people are from lands where you shine all day long.
What this podcast basically about, Motivacation, is like a biblical scripture that caught my attention as of recently. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Who is this people though? all people, because he died on the cross for all people. Real talk. So with that being said, I want to play a clip, but I want to talk about the clip also. A couple of clips. I'm gonna tell y'all the direction we're going before I even get to it. I want to talk a little bit about ownership. Just take a little bit of y'all time to talk about ownership. I want to talk about is racial conflict over promoted? Or do we talk about it too much? Are we too concerned about it? Is it a permanent place in our country? And then I want to talk about that kombucha, boy. This that power pack right here, boy. That chillberry, what is it? Tribucha. Golly, that stuff powerful. But I want to end it off talking about, to be successful, you have to have a team, and you have to have friends around you that elevate you, that motivate you, that encourages you, and they want to see you succeed as much as you do. And first off, we're going to start it off with that. So I was listening to an individual speak about team. If you want to make it to the highest level, you got to have a team. And I was thinking about the people that surround me and having conflict with the people that surrounds you. They may not understand you. So it's up to you to be able to verbalize what you need from them, how you need them to conduct themselves, how you need the team to be focused, and what they need to be focused on, and what are you contributing to the team, and how are you an asset to the team, and what is your value to the team. And if the people that proclaim to be a friend or a teammate is on your team and they're not bringing no value, they're a zero asset to you, deal with them when you want to deal with them, or remove them completely out your life because they're not valuable in any kind of way. And I know that sound mean, man. That sound mean as shit. But at the end of the day, it's the world we live in, man. We live in the United States of America, man. They treat us like cattle out here, man. A life doesn't matter. What matters is money, finances, capitalism. That's what matters in this country, to keep it rotating. Real talk. But man, let me play the clip and shut up right quick.
It's a team sport, and there's a couple of really critical things. It's like, who is at your right hand, like who your friends are, who you're with every day, will make or break your dreams. You cannot build a career, and you probably, I'm going to speak specifically from my experience, but you probably can't do much of anything in this life at a high level without a rock solid team.
I completely agree with that. But if you're the star player of the team, you got to be able to make sound decisions that's in the best interest of the team. Especially if you're dealing with a financial situation to where the team is winning financially. Sometimes decisions have to be made about things you own or things that you participate in that you own a percentage of. Do I need 100% of that at the moment? Or can I take 40% and give it to somebody else to help me elevate it, to contribute to the team, so this piece of creativity that we created can elevate? Right now, and I do this podcast, I own 100% of this podcast. I do everything. The graphics, the lighting, the camera. I take the notes and carve out the topics. I do the visuals for the thing. I do the mixing and the mastering of the audio when y'all hear it and it's crispy. But 100% of nothing is nothing. So if I could give somebody 25%, 50%, or even 75% in something that I created, that I own, and they could help me take it to the next level, I give them their percentage, man. I give them their percentage, because 100% of nothing is nothing. So we gotta actually take a look back at that conversation about ownership. Everybody want to own their masters when it comes to rap. You want to own your masters now when they worthless. You want to own your masters now when they worthless, but somebody already done took the profit and made all the profit off of your music when it was valuable. Just get you a percentage in it. Break bread with each other. As long as you breaking bread, that's all that matters. Just getting some money together. You own a big portion or a small portion. Whichever portion you're worth owning. But 100% of nothing is nothing.
Steve Jobs owned 1% of Apple. I mean, now 1% of a $3 trillion company, right? But if you look at his percentage, you're like, 1%? Ha, 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 ha. We've been trained to look at the percentage of something you own. It ain't what you own. You can own 100% of nothing, right? It's whatever the strategy calls for, right? Like Ace, LVMH was a brilliant strategic partner for me. We were lucky to find the Cartiers who've been in the business since the 1800s. There's no one that looks like us in Champagne. We've done something really amazing and got the attention of one of the most prestigious brands, right? And it was like a beautiful marriage. Like, I owned 100%. I could have said, I want to own 100% of this thing. Or I can own 50% of it and take this and push it even further. But there's some things that you want to own forever and you want to pass down to your kids. And I own 50% of it. So it's still an asset that I can pass down to my kids.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
What I was saying before I played that clip, and what I said previously in the podcast also, a scripture that just continuously been crossing my mind lately as I research and I continue to learn, and I realize I'm all alone in this journey, because people ain't interested in that. People want to be entertained. But I'm gonna say it again, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Sometimes we got to take like learning and trying to better ourselves, and we got to take it serious to the point to where it's not a task no more. It becomes your form of entertainment. You don't even want to watch the football game. You want to read the book because it's itching you if you miss it. If you miss the information. So when I think about what I just currently said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, I'm going to end the podcast off talking about racism and what I think about it currently. I think personally, black folks aren't hindered by racism no more. It's just my personal preference. I feel like we are not the dominant group in society no more. I feel like Mexicans took our place, and they took our place a couple of years ago because we used to be the second most populated race in the United States. Now we're not, and we just keep decreasing. It might be another race come and it be more of them. And this transsexual stuff, man, is hurting our population. If you love your people, you would populate more. I don't have kids, but I would love to have one. But our race is decreasing in population. Our race is still suffering, to me, from the effects of slavery. In a mental way, we suffering from it. But why I say that is because we can't unify. We won't unify. That's the only thing that I perceive that it would take for us to elevate as a race. I know more black women are getting college degrees. What's that? That's debt to me. When I heard college degree, I heard debt though. me personally, and we're not unified. That's the biggest thing to me. We need to be unified on one agenda. That is the key to helping us elevate. I personally don't feel as if racism is hindering us no more. I feel like we hindering ourselves.
I'm talking almost all day now. You haven't mentioned race a single time. You've mentioned economics, rich and poor, a number of times. Do you think that we overplay the role of racial conflict in American life?
Yes. I think race, it takes up too much space. There's people that we all have in our lives who are same race that we can't stand. And there's people in our lives from other races that we get along with way better. So it's not about race. It's not about color and gender and this and that. It's about who do you connect with? You know, who do you vibrate with? You know what I mean? Who's on the same wavelength? Who wants to be the same kind of person? Who wants to do the right thing when you want to do the right thing? That's who you connect with. So I think a lot of people make a lot of money off of the racists fighting against each other and bickering. And they the ones who push it in our face all the time that we're separate. And
does feel like there's more of that, doesn't there?
Yeah, it seems like it's like you're stuck in a bad movie and you can't get out. Like you can't find the exit and it continues to play on the screen and you're just running around looking for the exit, and this bad movie continues to just haunt you day by day by day by day. You know that.
You know what I was thinking about when that was playing? I was thinking about how often. Leave me some instances in the comment section too, because correct me if I'm wrong. How often do we experience a racist act in comparison to how often it's promoted through entertainment? Entertainment, TV, news, YouTube, your phone, it's relevant. Real life, I don't see it that often. It might be because of my location, but I don't see it that often. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Podcast will be back first weekend of September. Thank y'all for all y'all support. Purchase the merch. Shop in the merchandise section of the YouTube channel. Donate to the show. Share the show. I love y'all, man. Peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. Chill.
Okay, forgive me if this wrong. I ain't trying to feed y'all. Starting in the club, the homegirls like no, but I'm like, is you think they kick your side? That the way she ducked up to the left, she's looking at money, they ain't no good lord. She had that ass and no good jeans.